okay, or in the last week of the September probably. Okay, so make sure the first thing that you guys would be doing is share your half yearly exam syllabus once you get it. And Aman, as you were saying, you can access it. So download it and share it as soon as possible. Right after the class, this is the first thing you will be doing, okay? So we were doing the chapter transportation in plants and animals. Right now we have learned about transportation in animals. One major topic is left to be discussed in this. In the previous class, in the last moment of the previous class, we were learning about pulmonary circuit. Okay, now so we did discuss about this. We are going to revise this concept, and then we would be learning about the human heart. We would be learning about the function of the human heart. Okay, so in the previous class, we were learning about the pulmonary circuit. So there, what did I told you? That just like you have a circuit at you in your home, which is made up of wires and appliances in which the current is flowing. In the same manner, here in the case of the body, we see that pulmonary circuit, it's kind of a system of circulation in which the blood would be moving between the heart and the lungs via the blood vessels. Getting what I'm trying to say? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? Okay, Fatima is also
Yes,
here.
sir.
Yeah, good evening. So we were learning about pulmonary circuit. It's a network of arteries and veins that would be connecting the heart and the lungs. So the one that you see in the blue one, these are the veins. The one that you see in the red ones, these are the arteries. Getting it now? So notice over here, what is happening as I gave the previous example, just like you have an electrical circuit in your home in which current would be flowing through different appliances, right? It would be flowing into different appliances. From the main power circuit board, it would be flowing into the different appliances in your home. In the similar manner, in our body also, there would be flow of blood taking place between the heart and the lungs and the body also, usually between heart and lungs and the body via the blood vessels, namely artery and veins. The one that you see here, this one is vein. The one that you see in red one, that is artery. Getting it? So far, hope it is clear to everyone. Okay. Furthermore, we have learned that the deoxygenated blood is pumped from the heart. Deoxygenated blood is pumped from the heart to the lungs for oxygenation. Here it should be heart. So all the deoxygenated blood via the vein goes into the heart. All the deoxygenated blood, like here when it is talking about body, so here it is talking about each and every part of your body, each and every cell inside your body. So thereby in cells, we know that in the body cells, respiration will be happening. And Fatima, which gas is released in the process of respiration?
Sir, carbon dioxide.
So is it a waste or a useful substance?
It's useful.
It's a waste substance for the human body.
Yes, it's waste.
So carbon dioxide, it will go into the vein or the arteries. We know veins carries the impure blood, right, Ibrahim? Sorry, I mean to say Abu Bakr, right? So vein carries impure blood, or basically we are talking about deoxygenated blood. Getting this, guys? So deoxygenated blood, or basically the blood that will be containing waste materials like carbon dioxide from the body cells, it will go into the heart, right? And now this heart will be now pumping that deoxygenated blood to the lungs for reoxygenation. For reoxygenation. Now here's the special thing. You guys tell me, impure blood flows in veins. Is it true or false? I want all of you to turn your cameras on in the class. Priyanka, Aman, Fatima, Abu Bakr. Yeah. I asked a question. The impure blood flows in the vein or the arteries?
The veins.
In the veins.
Yeah.
Okay. Why others are in doubt when I have asked this simple question? Yeah, Priyanka, Aman, and Abu Bakr. Yes. Is there any doubt regarding this? Like we have learned about this now. The impure blood would be flowing in the veins. Hmm? Okay, this is a basic thing. If you guys are not getting this, then you wouldn't be able to understand how blood would be circulating in your body. Okay, so keep this in mind. Okay, so impure blood flows from the veins to the heart. Now the heart would be pumping that impure blood to the lungs. Okay, why? So that carbon dioxide gas is removed from the blood. You would be exhaling it, right? So here there's a special type of blood vessel that is called as pulmonary artery. That is being called as pulmonary artery. But what do we know about artery? We know about artery that artery usually carries pure blood now, but here it's a special kind of blood vessel. It's a special type of artery, and the reason why we are not calling it as vein, because the heart is pumping blood into this blood vessels, and we know that heart pumps blood only into the arteries now. Yeah, heart pumps blood only into the arteries. Thereby, this vein is now being called as artery. It is being called as pulmonary artery. Although generally artery are known to carry the pure blood having high concentration of oxygen, like this one over here is the artery. The heart is pumping, look at the arrow, the heart is pumping the oxygenated blood to the body in the artery. So far it is clear to everyone. Your heart would be pumping the oxygenated blood towards the body, and via the veins the body will send deoxygenated blood towards the heart. Okay, a general thing is that your heart always pumps blood into artery. It would be pumping the blood into artery. Getting it? So hereby what will happen now, this impure blood that is coming via the veins into the heart, it will be pumped into a blood vessel, and the general thing is that heart always pumps blood into artery. So this vein will also be called as artery. Okay, now, but more specifically this is called as pulmonary artery. But the thing is that this is not carrying a pure blood. As you know that artery carries pure blood, but this pulmonary artery does not contain pure blood. It contains blood having high concentration of carbon dioxide and low concentration of oxygen. Basically it's a deoxygenated blood. You guys understood this so far or not? Please let me know. Everyone in the class, please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fatima,
Yes, sir.
good. Others, Abu Bakr, Aman, hello. You guys are even there in the class or not? Please turn your cameras on in the class. Aman, Abu Bakr. See, later on you would be having difficulty in this concept. If you're not uh, agreeing whether you have understood this or not, later on you'd be facing difficulty, guys. Okay, please at least write yes or no in the chat box. Yeah. Okay. Now, furthermore, we know the lungs would be sending the oxygenated blood towards the heart. Hmm? Your lungs would be sending the oxygenated blood towards the heart, no? So that this heart will pump that oxygenated blood to all the parts of your body. So this another blood vessel that would be carrying the oxygenated blood towards the heart will be called as pulmonary vein. Now, why it's a vein? See, in this vein, what kind of blood is flowing? It's oxygenated blood. Like as you have inhaled oxygen, no? When you inhale the oxygen rich air, so that oxygen will go into this vein right now. So this vein, this blood vessel is being called as pulmonary vein. Okay, Suleiman is here. This is being called as pulmonary vein, and it is carrying oxygenated blood. Now one of you would think of this like, why this blood vessel is being called as vein? Because generally we know that vein carries deoxygenated blood, no? But here this is being called as pulmonary vein and it is carrying oxygenated blood. So why am I calling this pulmonary vein? Understanding the question? Yeah, Fatima, generally veins carries the impure blood, na, as we have learned here. But here it is
Yes.
carrying a oxygenated blood. Also, the thing here is that the veins are the those blood vessels that would be bringing blood to the heart. That would be bringing blood to the heart. Right now, via which the blood would be coming to the heart. So notice over here, blood is coming via the pulmonary vein to the heart. Via this blood vessel, it is coming to the heart. But in the case of arteries, what we have learned, in the arteries, blood would be pumping the blood. Heart would be pumping the blood. In the case of arteries, what we have learned, heart pumps the blood into the artery, while veins would be bringing the blood to the heart. Understanding the two difference? If someone is not getting it, I'm writing an important line here. The thing is that
So do we have to write that down?
this
Line
one,
given you right?
yeah, you can write it down, okay, no, for future reference. Also, the important things which I tell in the class, make sure that you write them as well. Okay. So very important point I'm going to write over here is that heart pumps blood into the artery. Another point is that heart, our heart receives blood from the veins. Okay. Na? By the way, I will try to share the PPT of this chapter also for future references. Okay. Na? Because I don't know that every one of you would have prepared. I don't think of you would have prepared notes, but it is recommended that every one of you prepare notes of the chapter.
Sir,
Hmm. So everyone write down this point first of all. Yeah, Suleiman, why you have joined class so late? Hmm? Try to join the class on the given time. Okay, internet issues. Okay, okay. Oh, okay, Suleiman, I understand. Write it fast. So that is the basic thing here. Yet heart would be pumping blood into the artery, but generally artery carries the pure blood, right? But here we know that there's a special
sir,
kind of artery. Yeah.
the heading?
Don't give the heading. Just write down this. Okay, na? Mhm.
Okay, sir.
Also, everyone in the class. Suleiman, you have shared your syllabus. That's good. Priyanka, you have to share your syllabus. Aman, Abu Bakr, and Fatima.
Sir, what syllabus?
Syllabus for your half yearly examination. For those of you who have got it, share it at your earliest. Okay, na? Fatima, have you got your syllabus for half yearly exams?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, make sure that you send it right after the class. Okay. Okay. So I'm moving back to the previous slide. Done.
Sir, 1 minute.
Okay.
Sir, done.
Done. Okay. So now pay close attention to this
Done, sir.
diagram. Mhm. So the basic thing about the pulmonary circuit moments ago, what we have learned here, deoxygenated blood is pumped from the heart. It is pumped from the heart to the lungs for oxygenation. Like deoxygenated blood is coming via the veins to the heart, right? But now this vein, it brings the blood towards the heart, right? And that's one of the special thing about veins, that they would be bringing the blood towards the heart. Okay. Okay, so what, look at the arrow over here. Like this one, where I'm pointing, this one is vein, right? Okay. It is bringing blood towards the heart. Now notice down this vein also, this blood vessel also, that is also bringing the blood towards the heart, no? Right? But how these two blood vessels are different? One of them is carrying impure blood, while another one is carrying a pure blood, right? Huh?
Yes, sir.
But what is common about them? Both of them are bringing blood towards the heart. Both of them are bringing blood towards the heart. That is why both of them are called as vein. Both of them are called as vein, right now. And a special type of vein that would be bringing the oxygenated blood from the lungs towards the heart, that will be called as pulmonary vein. Is that point clear to everyone?
So what again? Can you tell again?
I say that, like, the type of vein that would be bringing oxygenated blood from the lungs towards the heart, that type of vein will be called as pulmonary vein.
Pulmonary.
Good.
Yes,
Then
sir.
we know about the arteries, that heart would be pumping the blood into the arteries. Or another way to look at it is that um, arteries would be taking away the blood from the heart. Same thing basically. Hmm? So notice this one, this blood vessels. Look at the direction of arrow. So blood is being taken away from the heart, right? Okay. And then look at this one also. This one, hmm, this blood vessel is also taking away the oxygen from the heart, huh, that is meant to send to the body. And this one, the blood is being taken away from the heart towards the lung. Generally, we know about the arteries, that in arteries, blood would be pumped from the heart and they would be carrying pure blood, right now. But in this particular case, where this blood is being transported from the heart to the lungs, that is an impure blood. Okay. That is how these two blood vessels are different. This one is also artery, right? And this one is also artery. But both of them are different because one of them carries pure blood while the another one carries
Deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated.
deoxygenated or impure blood, right
Yeah.
now. But the reason why this one is also being called as artery, pulmonary artery, because because of this. Heart pumps blood into the artery, right now. So heart is pumping blood into this, right now. So logically, we are calling this as pulmonary artery. Hope this should be clear to everyone, and this is very fundamental thing. If you're not getting it, it would be kind of confusing for you in future. So if anyone has a doubt in it, please let me know now.
No, sir.
Good. Okay, no. Also, for someone who's not getting it, please don't um, stay silent. Okay.
Sir,
I want
what are the causes for deoxygenated blood?
deoxygenated blood. Yeah, the causes, like why the blood will become deoxygenated or impure, it is because of respiration mainly, right now. So when food would be absorbed by your cells, used by your cells, in that process, carbon dioxide gas will be released, water is also released. So this will go into the blood, no, and thereby make the blood deoxygenated. Okay, right? Okay, we'll be learning about the structure of the heart. I want all of you to just have a general look at this. Um, First of all, our heart is a muscular organ and it is made up of a special type of muscles called as cardiac muscles. Okay, no? So many times you would have heard of this, that a person suffered from cardiac arrest. We say that he suffered from a heart attack or cardiac arrest also. Many times we get to know of this thing. Anyways, so the muscles of heart are called as cardiac muscles. Okay. Furthermore, our heart has got 4 rooms or 4 chambers. How many chambers are there?
4 chambers.
4 chambers are there. This one, two, three, and this four. So, namely, there are 4 chambers in the human heart. Okay. The upper chambers, this one and this one, they are called as atrium, namely right atrium and left atrium. These are the names of these 2 chambers. Okay. And the lower chambers are called as ventricles, namely right ventricle and left ventricles. So far, it should be clear. For the upper chambers, it is atrium. For the lower chamber, it is called as ventricles. Next thing is that you'd observe that there's a muscular structure, the one that I'm trying to point over here, this one, which is separating the chambers, the left one and the right one. The left and right chambers are being separated via a muscular wall that is called as septum. So far, you guys have got a general idea of the structure of human heart now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, all of you pay close attention to this animation. Okay, I'm going to play this once again. Okay, just pay attention to the direction of the flow of the blood. The red and the blue ones that you saw over here, these were the blood flowing into it. Okay, now, so first of all, right over here, see, at this moment, what is happening? This blood vessel, via this, blood is coming into the heart. Okay, then from this chamber, via an opening, it goes into the another chamber. If I were to play it from here, you can observe this. It is entering into the second chamber from here. So the blood came from this chamber to this chamber, and then it went via this blood vessel. Getting it? So that is the movement of blood taking place into the ventricle and atrium. Furthermore, pay close attention to the another two chambers also. Okay. So that was just to give you a general idea. Now let us understand in detail about that animation. Okay, now I think you would just have got a slight idea out of it, a slight idea of the movement of blood taking place in the human heart. Okay. See, first of all, the human heart, it is an organ, as you know, that would be pumping the blood into the blood vessels, namely into the arteries, right now, and would be receiving the blood from the veins, right? It is located in our chest cavity, and it is slightly tilted towards the left of the human chest right now. As we learned moments ago that the human heart is divided into mainly four chambers. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the four chambers. Also, the organisms that are more complex in nature, they would be having usually four chambers of heart. But you will find that there are some organisms that will have just two chambers in their heart. Some organisms' heart are just having two chambers. Getting it? So, for example, fishes. So in the case of fishes, they have just a two-chambered hearts. Getting it, guys, what I'm trying to say? They have only two-chamber hearts. So because their body structure is not that much complex as compared to the human beings. Okay, or you have some organisms like some amphibians, like for example, crocodile, which is a reptile. It has three-chambered hearts. Okay, three-chambered hearts. But then some birds, most of the birds would be having a four-chamber hearts. So it differs from organism to organism. Some of them would be having two-chamber, three-chamber, while some have four-chamber hearts. Okay, that was some general things. Right now, you're learning about the function of the heart, how it would be functioning. I think this diagram would be more appropriate for you guys. Hmm. Okay. Let us take this one. Actually, the other diagram was deleted from the slide. Anyways, so first of all, um, the upper chambers, this one and this one, that is atrium, it contains the blood with no oxygen. They would be containing the blood with no oxygen. Okay. You guys just do one thing. Let me just take another diagram. Okay, no? In this one, it is relatively more complex. Let me take a simpler diagram. Okay. Hmm. Meanwhile, what are the important things I have told you guys about the heart? Yes. Everyone mentioned the different points we have learned about the human heart so far, about the chambers and other things.
Septum.
Yeah, what is the septum?
It blocks. It's a wall like that block.
Hmm. It's a wall. Very good. And yeah, this one I was looking for. So it's a wall that would be separating the chambers of the heart, right? Good. And how many chambers are there in the human heart?
Food.
4 chambers, no? Good. So first of all, talking about the upper 2 chambers, namely the right atrium and the left atrium. They would be containing the blood with no oxygen. Okay. So the atrium, or also basically the upper chamber would be containing the blood with no oxygen. So first of all, what happens? Via the superior vena cava, it would be bringing the deoxygenated blood from your upper part of the body. It would be bringing the deoxygenated blood from upper part of the body. For example, have a look at this image. Um, I'm talking about superior vena cava, and the thing is that the superior vena cava would be particularly bringing the deoxygenated blood into the body, into the heart. Okay, now the superior vena cava, which I'm going to show you, would be bringing the blood from the upper half part of the body. You can try to understand in this manner. So from this much part of the body, the deoxygenated blood will go into the human heart via the superior vena cava. That is this one. Okay. So far it is clear. So it brings deoxygenated blood from upper half of body. Upper half of body. Now next what would be happening? This will this vessel, blood vessel, superior vena cava, via this blood will go into this chamber. Now this chamber would be opening into another chamber. Okay, it would be opening into another chamber. So there's a small opening over here, right? But this opening is basically a valve. Remember, guys, we have learned about valves. We did learn about valves now in the class. We have learned about it. Remember, in the blood vessels, we did learn about this. That would be stopping the backflow of the blood. It was found in the veins. I think you guys forgot about this, yeah? Didn't we learn about the valves? It was found in the veins now.
Yes, sir.
That prevents the backflow of the blood, right now. Prevents the blood from flowing in the backward direction. Okay. So now you guys can guess that why this valve is present between these 2 chambers, between the right atrium and the right ventricle. So that once the blood from right atrium goes into the right ventricle, it does not goes back again into the right atrium. So it will open, the blood from the right atrium goes into the right ventricle, and then for a very small fraction of time, it will close. Right? Getting at what I'm trying to say? Getting what is the purpose of this valve here between the right atrium and the
Sir,
right
could you
ventricle?
explain it again?
Yeah, I was saying that the superior vena cava would bring deoxygenated blood from upper half of your body into the right atrium first of all, right? And this right atrium is going to squeeze. It will be compressed, and the blood from here will go into this one. Okay. So in order to prevent the backflow of the blood from here to here, there's a structure called as valve. And we have learned about how this valve functions. Basically, it would be kind of closing for a small fraction of time. Okay. Then again, this right ventricle, it will again squeeze, and then it will pump the blood into this pulmonary artery, right? And remember what did we learn about pulmonary artery? That carries deoxygenated blood, no? Remember?
Yes.
And this will be going to the body or to the lungs. Think about it.
Sir, is it
Hmm.
lung?
Okay, that goes to the lungs. For others who are not getting it, remember we did learn about pulmonary artery that carries deoxygenated blood from the heart to the lungs, right?
So pulmonary vein carries red blood, right?
It carries
Red blood, right?
red blood. Blood is only red in the body. All the blood, whether it be deoxygenated or oxygenated, it will be red in color.
No, I'm
You should
talking
be.
about...
Mhm.
No, sir, explain.
You should be talking about deoxygenated blood. You mean to say, right now?
Yeah.
So it would be carrying the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. So the function of the right part of the heart, as we have learned so far, first of all, from the superior vena cava, the blood comes into this, right? Furthermore, you look at this hole also. So this one is the inferior vena cava. So inferior vena cava would be bringing the blood from the lower part of the body. So the part of the body that is below your heart, right now. So from that part of the body, deoxygenated blood would be brought to the right atrium via inferior vena cava. Superior here, think of it as the upper part of the body. Whenever you heard this term, superior vena cava, it is bringing the blood from the upper part of the body. Inferior vena cava, it is bringing the blood from the lower part of the body. Let me write this over here. Lower part of body. Okay. And then as it goes into this, it will be kind of squeezing. Right now, as we know that heart shows some rhythmic movement right now, so it would be squeezing, and then the blood from here will go into this, and furthermore it will go from the right ventricle into this pulmonary artery. That will bring this deoxygenated blood to the lungs, where the oxygen would be removed. Carbon dioxide is removed from here. Notice here, there's again one more valve here. That is the pulmonary valve, I mean to say. Right now, so you can think of this, why there is another valve present between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery. So that again, once the blood goes from here into this pulmonary artery, it does not flows in the backward direction to prevent its backward flow. Is this much clear to everyone in the class or not? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What's the next chapter after this?
Yeah, after this, no, in this batch, see, that's why I'm asking for the syllabus of your half-yearly exams. Accordingly, we'll be moving. Okay, no? So the next chapter would be decided once I get all your syllabuses. Okay, once everyone shares their syllabus, then we'll be beginning with the new chapter. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And for those of you who are silent in the class, see if this continues, I would be telling the team regarding this. Later on, you guys would be facing difficulty in understanding the concepts. So your active participation is also important in the class. I'm saying for your own good, guys. Okay. So we have learned about this deoxygenated blood and the right part of the human heart. Okay. Now let us understand about the left part of the human heart. First of all, you guys tell me, what did we learn about the pulmonary vein? What kind of blood it carries?
Sir, pure blood.
Or oxygenated blood.
Oxygenated blood.
Right, Abu Bakr, Priyanka, Aman,
And
Fatima,
sir, the
Suleiman.
pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood.
Exactly. Good. So talking about the pulmonary vein, it would be bringing the oxygenated blood from where? From the body or from the lungs? From the lungs, no, of course. It would be carrying oxygen-rich blood, bringing oxygen-rich blood from the lungs, no?
Yeah.
Yes,
Now
sir.
let us understand how it is going to function. So it goes into the left atrium, right? Then this left atrium will be squeezing, right now. So it will squeeze, it will be compressed and squeezed, and then the blood from here will go into the left ventricle. And then this mitral valve will close. So that in order to stop the backflow of the blood from left ventricle into the left atrium, so that the blood does not flow in the opposite direction. So blood from pulmonary vein goes into the left atrium will squeeze, and the blood will go from left atrium to the left ventricle. Then again, this will close for some time, mitral valve. When I say sometime, it does not mean seconds or minutes. It refers to a very small fraction of second, okay? Then this left ventricle will again squeeze, right? So while this would be squeezing, you can think of this, that this should logically be remaining closed. No, it should remain closed while the left ventricle will be squeezing to send the blood into the aorta. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So now the left ventricle will be squeezing and sending the blood into this aorta. And there's another valve present here called as aortic valve. The name is aortic valve, right? So now as the blood from left ventricle would be passed into the aorta, this will close for a small fraction of second. So that blood does not flow again back into the left ventricle. And now here you see that this aorta would be branched into several blood vessels and would be sending that oxygenated blood to different parts of the body. You can tell me that this would be artery or vein. This aorta is basically, will it be artery or vein?
Arterial veins.
Of course, it would be artery only, no? Because oxygenated blood would be flowing from the artery, no?
Yes, sir.
So hope you guys have understood this. I have
Yes, sir.
tried to explain this in the simplest manner. If anyone have any doubt in it, please let me know.
No, sir.
Okay, very good. So all of you would be required to first of all have a look at this image. Okay, and you'd be required to draw the diagram, not right now in the class, but in the next class, you'd be required to show the diagram of the human heart. And what you guys have to do, you have to memorize the name of the valves also. The name of the chambers and the name of the valves present here. Yeah, Priyanka, you have a question?
Sir, like last class, did you give any notes? No, right?
In the previous class, I think no.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So this diagram we have to draw, right?
Yes. Yeah, this diagram you guys would be required to draw. Okay, na? And make sure that you memorize the names of the chambers and the valves present between the chambers also.
Or should we label the names?
Yeah, you have to label the names also. You don't have to leave it blank. Okay. So that is the thing about the functioning of the human heart. Okay. Now, this is a question that everyone would be required to answer in the chat box. What is the special feature present in the human heart which does not allow the mixing of blood when oxygen-rich and carbon dioxide-rich blood reaches the heart? What is that special feature?
Septum.
Fatima, you have to answer in the chat box, no? Anyways, you have already answered it. So, in fact, that is correct. Okay, na? But apart from septum, we can think of one more. Usually, it is septum. But if I were to ask you, what spatial structure present in the heart prevents the backflow of the blood within two chambers? Between two chambers of the heart, there's a structure present between the two chambers of the heart which prevents the backflow of blood. What do we call that structure? Yeah. Look over here. Between the two chambers, like this one, left atrium and left ventricle, there's a structure. This is structure. Yes, Suleiman, you have answered. What do we call this structure? Yeah, that is correct, Suleiman. Good. So this structure prevents the backflow of blood, no? And what is this structure called as?
Sir, should I chat in chat box?
Yeah, in the chat box. Suleiman, the previous spelling was correct. Okay, no? After this, you'd be learning, starting the new chapter. I mean to say new topic. Okay, no? Meanwhile, you guys are answering. Let us not necessarily that one. Generally, it's simply you don't have to be
So
very
what is this
specific.
question mean?
The question was that, as we know that there's a structure present between two chambers.
The one that you showed after this.
Sir, I have sent something.
Yeah, that is correct, Priyanka. Okay, no, but in a general sense, I asked that question. Okay, no, so that is basically valve. Okay, no, all these are the valves present between the chambers. Okay, no.
Okay, sir.
This question. So the question is that, do all animals possesses a circulatory system? Think of this and answer.
Sir,
Yes, you
maybe
guys
no.
think of this. All animals does not possesses a circulatory system.
Yeah.
Okay. All the animals would not be possessing. Yeah. See, some animals don't need a circulatory system because they can obtain the nutrients and gases from their surrounding via other means. Via, for example, diffusion. For example, we have very simple animals like the one that you see in this one. Look at the second animal here. So that is a sponge. This is a sponge. The first one is, who will name this one? What's the first animal? It's a
Sponge.
repeat again.
Sponge.
The first one, this one.
Oh, the first.
I have given the hint also. Abu Bakr, read the given paragraph.
Sir, Hydra, right?
Hydra. Good. Okay. Okay, one of you please read the given paragraph quickly.
Sir,
Animals
can
such
I?
as hydra and sponges do not possess a circulatory system. The water in which they live brings in food and oxygen as they enter their bodies. When this water moves out of the body, it carries away waste materials and carbon dioxide away from the body.
Very good. So these are organisms having a very simple body structure right now. So we have examples of like this sponge, we have examples of hydra, we have some other examples like jellyfish also. Jellyfishes are also there. So all of them do not possess a circulatory system. So how do they get nutrition and how do they get rid of the waste material? So simply they would be relying upon a process called as diffusion, right? So diffusion is a process where substances would be moving from one place to another due to difference in the concentration. Due to difference in concentration. Like just like for example, if you have placed a incense stick in the corner of the room, and if you're sitting several meters away from that incense stick, you will still be able to sense the smell. So as this incense stick, for example, I'm taking a very general example. Okay. So the particles that were given off due to the burning of the incense stick, or the smoke that was given off, so that smoke at that place was highly concentrated, and slowly it will start to spread in all parts of the room. In all parts of the room. Getting it? So basically it is spread or moved from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. So for example, in the case of diffusion, what happens? In the case of diffusion, what happens? Say for example, this sponge, it would be surrounded with water, and in water we know that nutrients required by this sponge, oxygen required by this sponge would be dissolved in the water, right? So water has got higher concentration of nutrients and oxygen as compared to the body of the sponge now? Try to understand this. So water and sponge. So which one of them would be having higher concentration of oxygen? Of course, water has much more amount of dissolved oxygen in it,
Yes,
right
sir.
now, while there is less amount of oxygen present in the body of the sponge, or no oxygen present in the body of the sponge. So due to the difference in amount, difference in concentration, there would be movement of oxygen from the water into the sponge. As the one that you see in this green color, by the way, these are the, as you can see over here, it is being basically highlighted to show you the structure, right, and how they would be absorbing it. So this person, this scuba diver, have released something into this, and here you'd have observed, like from bottom they are absorbing it, and from the mouth they are releasing it, right? So in somewhat similar manner here, what he has done, basically what he has done now, he has actually been trying to show you the movement of water in its body. Like water is transparent now, it does not have any color. So how do you able to see the movement of water taking place in its body? So he has basically released some colors over here. You understanding what I'm trying to explain?
Yes,
So
sir.
he released some colors, and then the movement of water become visible, in which direction water was moving. So water is moving from here into the body of this sponge. So as the water would be moving into its body, so at that time it would be absorbing oxygen and nutrients from the water. And as the water would come out from the mouth, so that water would contain the waste materials released from its body. That would contain waste material. So hope you guys have understood how their circulatory system performs. Is that clear to everyone? And
Yes,
same
sir.
thing would be happening in the case of this hydra also. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, you guys answer these questions, then we'll be continuing further. It's question number 1, it's question number 2. None of you have answers so far. Your Priyanka, yeah, that is correct, Priyanka. Answer the second one. Yeah,
Okay,
that
sir.
is correct, Fatima. Good. Yeah, others also answer it quickly. We have to finish this topic today. Next, should be beginning with the transportation in the case
Sir,
of plants. Yes.
can you explain the second question?
Yeah, the second question is, as you remember, I did. You guys saw an animation of the of a moving heart, where it was
Yes, sir.
continuously contracting and relaxing. For the second one, you have answered. Yeah, that is correct. So we did learn about that when the heart would be moving, and then it would be, I mean to say, when it would be contracting and relaxing. So that makes up, what does it make up? Does it make a heartbeat or heart rate or heart cycle? We did learned about this. See, for others who are not answering, is there someone who's answering on the other ID? No. So kindly everyone try to participate in the class, even if you're answering wrong, but at least you would be participating into this. Huh? So yeah, now it is correct, Priyanka. Okay, you guys are taking too much of time.
Sir,
Suleiman, Abu Bakr, Aman.
sir,
Yeah, Priyanka.
um, the second one is the correct answer. Eh?
Yeah, second, for the second question, it's option number C. That is correct. See, for the first one, the number of beats per minute is called as the pulse rate. Now, per minute, that is called as pulse rate. The rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart muscles that would make up a heartbeat, right? And heart rate is different, right? Now, the number of heartbeat per minute is called as heart rate. The number of heartbeat per minute is called as heart rate. Yes, Suleiman, were you saying something? So the question here is that question number 3, Raman went to the doctor. On which side of the chest will the doctor keep the stethoscope for hearing his heartbeat? Okay, Suleiman, you are about to answer the previous one. So third question is relatively very simple. Question number 4 is the movement in the vessels on the wrist is due to the. So what is the cause behind that? That is correct, Priyanka.
Okay, sir.
See, there are some students in the class who are regularly not participating in the discussion in the class, and neither they are answering the questions which we discuss. So I would be reporting those students to the team. Okay, na? And accordingly, their parents will be notified regarding this, because this will be affecting your exams. Okay. For those of you who are not participating, it will be, yeah, Suleiman. Yeah, that is correct. Good. Yeah, Priyanka, you answered. No, for the fourth one, it is not correct. Fatima, no, it could be more specific. Look at the options. The cause behind the movement in your wrist. What is the cause? You guys understand? Cause, C-A-U-S-E. The reason behind the pulse, basically.
So I'll just type it. I know the answer now.
You got the answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, answer it then. Yes, Suleiman, Abu Bakr, Aman, what do you guys think of the answer? For question number 4? No, no. No, Suleiman, both of them are not correct. Only one of them is correct. No. See, the movement in the vessels on your wrist is due to the, as we have learned about the heartbeat, beating of the heart. Yeah. As the heart would be beating, as your heart would be doing movement, it would be contracting and relaxing. Yeah, Abu Bakr, you were saying something?
So, sir, the
Sir,
fourth
both
one
of
is
them are.
B.
The both of them would not be correct actually. See, the thing is that I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
Mhm,
Sir, for the third one,
mhm.
sir, the heart is on the right side.
No, it's tilted to the
It's not
left side.
completely
No,
at the right side. Yes, sir. It's not
so it's
completely towards the. It is like in the middle,
in the
like
middle,
slight
but
towards.
slightly tilted.
Yes, sir. So then it is none of the above. D.
No, 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 no. If you were to look at the option, we have to check the most appropriate option. The most appropriate option would be the left side. Okay, have a look
Yes,
at
sir.
this image over here. Here we get to see that it is slightly tilted towards the left side. Okay, no? So for example, even if the doctor were to put the stethoscope, for example, over this part and this part, this would be completely making up your left side, no? Left side of the upper chest. So you'd be placing on the left side. Okay, now although it is just slightly tilted to the left side. not completely only in the left, but slightly tilted. Yeah, one of you was asking a question.
Sir,
Sir,
and
Yes,
sir,
Abu
and
Bakr.
uh, uh, sir, like if we look, like I'm looking at the screen, if I look at the picture, for me it is right. But then when we see it by our eyes, then it is on the
No,
left.
not in that sense. Not in that sense. Think of yourself, for example. Huh? Think of yourself. Keep yourself into this, and then think of that. Like on which side of your body the doctor would be placing the stethoscope, not in respect to the screen. Getting it now? Like when you not don't look at it in that manner. Think of it like you are being examined by the doctor, for example. So the doctor would be placing the stethoscope on the left side of your body. Getting it?
so
Okay.
the second one, is it C or is it D for
It's
the?
D actually. It's D. Okay.
It's it's what?
It's D. Option number D.
So sir,
Heartbeat.
when I said A, I was like thinking by heartbeat. So
Hmm.
I didn't see the D option actually.
Yeah, yeah. No worries. So as your heart would be moving, as your heart would be beating. Yes, Suleiman, then that is correct. So as your heart would be beating, so due to that, you see movement in your arteries in the rest. Getting it? No? So it is because of that. That is heartbeat. So in the next class, you'd be learning about excretory system, and then you try to finish the chapter concepts like